Hey everybody, Bill Knudsen here, New York Sports with an Attitude. Hope you had a great week this past week, and let's see what's going on for this week. Obviously, I got my Giants shirt on, proud of what they did last Monday night out in San Francisco. I don't know if you can call it a big win, second win in 9 games to improve to 2-7, but it was a good win. So we've had so few this year. It was good to finally get back in the win column and a good way in which they did it, which I'll get to in just a couple minutes. I wanted to get to a little Mets news. Obviously, I guess the biggest news of the week, Jacob deGrom. He brought in the Cy Young Award. Very well deserved. I was a little bit nervous with his 10-9 record that it might get held against him, but 29 of the 30 writers voted him first. And the other writer, a San Diego writer, voted him second. So it was near unanimous, as I thought it should have been. But 10 wins is easily the fewest wins for a Cy Young Award winner that was a starter. The fewest amount of wins before that was 13. So that's what I was concerned about. He was definitely the best pitcher in baseball. There was no doubt about that. But, all you Met fans, all of us Mets fans out there know about the bullpen issues, especially when he pitched, and the lack of offense just about every time he pitched. But he was easily the most dominant, most consistent, pitcher in the league, if not baseball this year, and a deserving winner, and the fourth time that a Mets pitcher has won it. So what I want to say about him, can we please lock him up? I mean, I know we have him for 2 more years, but if we don't get him signed, like during this offseason, there's a good chance he's just going to say, you know what, you're not showing me the proper respect, and I'm just going to pitch my 2 years and walk, and somebody's going to get an awesome pitcher. Give him a 4-year deal for like $100 million or $110 million. We gave Cespedes 4 years, $110 million. And Cespedes is excellent when he plays, but obviously he's been injury prone, and we're not going to get him back till at least the All-Star break, if not longer, next year. Let's lock up a great pitcher for the next 4 years. Offer him 4 years, $110 million, like you did Cespedes. I bet that would get him to stay. And then, we got to work around him and try and get him some playoff, appearances. I know it's just 2 years ago we were in the playoffs, and 3 years ago in the World Series. And like I've said before, it seems like a million years ago that those things happened. But it wasn't that long ago, and I don't think we're that far away. We need bullpen help. We need help in center field. Maybe at third base. David Wright is finally officially gone now, and I don't think Frazier is the answer for the future. So we need to work on that. I'm hearing a lot of rumors that San Diego is really, really strong coming for Noah Syndergaard. And they have a lot of great prospects, from what I understand, an excellent farm system. But it's just that, it's a farm system. A lot of can't miss prospects, a lot of them miss. So if we're going to trade a talent like Syndergaard, which, excuse me, I don't want to do, but if we're going to do that, we need to get superior major league talent as well as superior minor league talent, in my opinion. I don't want to just trade them for 3 top draft picks. Maybe none of them will make it. I'd rather have established, good major league players and top draft picks if we're going to trade Syndergaard. But I really don't want to. I want to keep him because then you have deGrom and Syndergaard at the top of the rotation, and Wheeler, who had an excellent second half. And Matz, I don't know. I'm still iffy on him. And Vargas, I don't want at all. But that's not a bad starting rotation with Cy Young Award winner, a potential future Cy Young Award winner in Syndergaard, Wheeler, who's good. That's not a bad 1-2-3 punch. We need a lot of help in the bullpen. We need to go after some top bullpen help. Go after Andrew Miller from Cleveland. He proved he can pitch big time in New York. Go after a great Kimbrel. I'm not saying you'll get these guys, but at least it shows the Mets fans you're willing to try and get top talent. Machado and Harper, they're not coming here. But again, Try. We need center field help. Nimmo and Conforto, I like them on the corner outfield spots until Cespedes gets back. Obviously, Nimmo proved he needs to be in the lineup every day. Hustles, has a great attitude, his on-base percentage was over 400. The man needs to play every day. Conforto obviously proved he belongs. And when Cespedes comes back, okay, then we have an issue. You know, he has to play left field. We have an issue. What do we do with Conforto, Nimmo, whatever? But try and get a real center fielder, because Conforto or Nimmo, they can play center, but they're not center fielders. So work on the bullpen. Work on getting a big bat in the middle of the lineup, especially a right-handed bat. And, you know, with the pitching that we have, starting pitching, maybe we can make a contender with just a few decent moves. They've been saying, you know, the front office has been saying they're going to be aggressive, but aggressive with good moves, not just aggressive making 5 or 6 nothing moves. That doesn't count as aggressive. I'd rather have 1 or 2 big, great moves than 6 or 7 or 8 little nothing moves that don't do much to help us. You know, so be aggressive with good moves, even if it isn't a lot of them. We need to address the bullpen with some big time people. A Kimbrel, an Andrew Miller, something like that. You know, I don't know what kind of center field help is really out there. Go for Harper. Why not? He's a tremendous talent, and he just turned 26. Hasn't even hit his prime yet. Go after him. I mean, granted, it's going to cost $325 million, $350 million for 10 years, but you'll have him for many years of greatness, and he'll be in New York. You know, so I think he wants the spotlight. Go after him. I'd rather have him than Machado. But, you know, you have to show, you know, the Mets fans, why should we come out and spend money, you know, spend a lot of money. New York's expensive, tickets are expensive. Why are we going to do this if you're not going to lock up deGrom for the next 4 or 5 years? If you're not going to go and address the bullpen issues, which obviously that's a big issue. If you're not going to get a big bat in the middle of the lineup with Cespedes very questionable for a good part of next year. You need to show the Mets fans, why should we watch? Why should we show up and spend all the money on stuff? You need to go out and show the Mets fans that you're going to do everything you can to make us win. That's what we want. It's New York City. You can't be spending like you're a second-tier club, you know, like a Pittsburgh or a Kansas City. Not that they're bad teams, but they're small markets. They don't have the money to spend that the Mets should be spending. You have to spend some money to, you know, to be championship caliber, and it's New York City. You know, we need something big to try and get the headlines away from the Yankees. But anyway, we'll see. Congratulations to deGrom, and we'll see how things are going. All right, NFL Sunday, Week 11. Jets, 3-7, coming off a horrible pounding at home last week by Buffalo. Buffalo just came in and trashed the Jets. Jets didn't even show up. I don't know about the Jets. Jets fans, long-suffering. I don't know. I don't see where they're going anytime in the near future. I think they're just going to be not even mediocre for the, you know, the future. I don't see anything really good. I don't know how good Darnold's going to be, but I really don't see much around him anyway, even if he ends up being good. They have a lot of work to do. They just got embarrassed at home by Buffalo last week, and Buffalo's not even any good. Buffalo just came in and ran them right out of the stadium. So, I don't know, 3-7. Well, at least they won't lose this week. They're on a bye. So, I don't know what to say about them. Jets fans, very passionate, very loyal, but I don't see what you really have to cheer for in the near future. Giants, excellent win Monday night in San Francisco. Came from behind. Manning proved that if the offensive line will give them a bit of time, which they finally did last week against San Francisco, that he can put up the numbers and he can still get the job done. We have a stud running back now, so we can run the ball. You know, Saquon Barkley's been very good, but it's been the offensive line's been awful. I mean, he has no time to do anything. He's not going to be able to avoid a rush and roll out and stuff. He's never been that kind of quarterback. But especially now that he's 37, you have to be able to block for this man. And they did some pretty good blocking for him last week. And he put up some pretty solid numbers, including that last-minute drive. He threw a touchdown pass with less than a minute to go to give the Giants a victory. I won't say a big victory because they're 2-7, so how big could it have been? But at least it's big for morale. I mean, they had lost, I think it was 5 games in a row, 6 games in a row, something like that. So I was happy with his performance. He finally got a little time to throw, and he made the throws that he needed to make. But I still think this upcoming draft, or whether it's free agency, whatever it is, drafting, we need to look for the next quarterback because it's about time. Love Eli Manning. He's been great for us, 2 championships. So he'll be a legend, deserves to go to the Hall of Fame with his numbers. Hasn't been the most consistent quarterback, but in the big games, he's come up big. So we'll see how that goes. But Jets and Giants, just a bad year this year. But the Jets just seem hopeless for the near future, and the Giants, we'll see. But I think you have to start looking for a quarterback to replace Manning because I don't think he's on the roster right now. So you got to start looking around for trades, free agency, look in the draft. I know the kid from Oregon is supposed to be pretty good. He is, but again, it's in college. You never know for sure. But I'm hearing he might stay at Oregon too. So, but it's time to look around. Time to look around. Eli is, on his way out, and we have to start looking for the future. Anyway, look forward to Week 11 in the NFL. Quickly on the hockey, Islanders and Rangers doing pretty well. Both tied for second. Islanders are 10-6-2. Rangers are 10-8-2. They both have 22 points. They're both 7-2-1 over the last 10. They've both been rolling pretty well. I don't expect the Islanders to continue to do that. I think the Rangers will end up having a better season than the Islanders. I don't like to say that, but, call it the way I see it. But I'm enjoying it right now. Not watching a ton of hockey, keeping an eye on it. But right now it's football season. So football is king. I keep an eye on what the Islanders and Rangers are doing. Obviously, I know what's going on. But I'm focused basically on football, college football too, with my wife being from Louisiana, big LSU fan. They got a win last night. Not a big win because they were playing a team they were 6 touchdown favorite over. But I'm enjoying college football, love the NFL, of course, so that's really where I'm focused. But keeping an eye on hockey, and New York teams are doing pretty well in hockey right now. I'll keep an eye on that, see how that goes. Kind of lost interest over the last few years. Basketball, I don't know why. The Knicks are horrible, 4-12. They're just a mess over there. Nets, 7-10. I don't know why they moved back to Brooklyn. Everybody in Brooklyn's a Knicks fan, as far as I know. So, don't understand the move back to Brooklyn. They're never going to have a big fan base, big following, because, New York City is Knicks. So, probably be best, in my opinion, for the Brooklyn Nets to move somewhere else. Go to a city where it would just be them. They wouldn't have to compete with another team. It would just be them. And, maybe they can move to Seattle. Seattle's dying to have the NBA back. Bring the Nets out there. They'll be king. Bring the Nets out there, change the name back to the Seattle Supersonics, and they'll have a city that loves them. But New York City is Knicks country, not Nets. You'll always be an extremely distant second. But not really following the NBA that much, but it's New York sports with an attitude, so I got to throw, New York sports out there. Keep a small eye on it, but both teams are not going anywhere. They're not any good. All right, so that's all I've got for Sunday, November 18th. Thanksgiving's on Thursday. Probably won't be on the air before then. I might come on Thanksgiving morning because obviously there's 3 big games. So I may come on Thanksgiving morning. But in case I don't, everybody out there have a very happy Thanksgiving. Have a great week. But like I said, Thanksgiving's a big football day. Even has might have a couple of decent college games too. I'm not sure about that. But I might come on Thanksgiving morning. But if I don't, have a great week. Have a great and very happy Thanksgiving. Maybe I'll talk to you Thursday, like I said. And subscribe if you haven't. I'd appreciate it. I appreciate everybody that does listen. Thanks very much for that. And like I said, again, have a great Thanksgiving and a great week. And I'll catch you next time. Take care.